Oh yeah. Hey, yeah. Alarm clock singing way too soon. Coffee talking me into the afternoon. Monday morning badge on my chest. Dreams in my pocket, hope won't rest. 9 to 5 fluorescent lights. Counting down minutes, counting up nights. Got a vision waiting when the whistle blows. I clock out fast, let the other me go. Monday through Friday, steady routine. 40 hours a week in a working machine. But my heart keeps time with a different beat. Got more to do than just rinse and repeat. Working day job to pay the bills. Working play job for the thrills. It's the balance that I'm living still. Monday, Friday, 40 hours deep. But my passion never goes to sleep. Working day job to pay the bills. Working play job for the thrills. Holding on tight to the fire and will. Punching that clock, but I'm dreaming big. Building a life that's more than it. Taking care of my husband needs. Family things too, yeah, planting seeds. Loving the details, meals and rides. Being strong for them, being true inside. Laundry spinning, plans on the wall. Showing up steady, giving my all. Still carving time for the art I make. Every small step is a future I take. To no shortcuts, but I know the way. I hustle the night after hustling the day. The clock keeps moving, so do I. Got a reason deeper than getting by. Job to pay the bills, work and play job for the thrills. That's the promise that my spirit feels. Monday, Friday, 40 hours strong, but my calling's been here all along. Working day job to pay the bills, work and play job for the thrills. Chasing purpose, chasing skills. I won't quit on a dream I feel. This grind is real, but so is my will. A bit'll be 48, no time to waste. Every line I write leaves a mark, a trace. I've learned what matters, what's fake, what's true. Now I move with intention in all I do. No way.
Hey, hello, and welcome to my Lunchtime Live. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Evelyn, and welcome to my channel. I am trying my best to get better and better and better with acquainting myself with how everything works, StreamYard and such. I am here most Tuesdays and Thursdays through January 2026, just honestly with an objective of trying to increase my watch hours. And I'll have a goal of getting to 500 subscribers by my birthday, which is at the end of January 29th to be exact. Hey, Michelle, thank you so much for joining. My lunchtime chats are various different topics, but they're very structured. So I always start off with the shout out say, and I go over any announcements. You can kind of think of those like your old school church announcements related to my channel. And then I go into whatever the topic is and, of course, answer questions and interact with chat throughout. Again, my name is Evelyn. Welcome. I'm so grateful that you're here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with shout outs and thank yous for today. So, and I look over here because I got another monitor over here that I type everything up in a Word document so that I can stay on task, and because I'm on my lunch hour. Anyhow, shout outs and thank yous. The first one is I am thankful for connections and meeting new people, specifically meeting, I would say, younger people recently. Their energy is very different than my 47-year-old energy, I would say, and people who are young at heart. So just being connected and being on some other channels outside of the GLP-1 community has been really encouraging. And so I'm learning a lot. And it's really nice to get to know people and get to know people who are as nice, but just have a different flavor than GLP-1 community, but who are equally as nice and respectful. I'm so thankful for that. The next one is having a learning lifestyle, similar to having a growth mindset, which is something that I have adopted. learning lifestyle is very important. So I'm always in a posture of learning. So, which is why every week I'm probably going to do something that I have learned either from that week or from the previous week associated with my lives. So, for example, this week I am doing, hey, Jen, thank you so much for joining. So this week I am doing for the first time both vertical and horizontal streaming option settings that I learned on Kennedy K's channel. So every time every time I come on, I'm gonna try to implement something new. And Cookie, you first joined. So another thing that I implemented that I learned was how to embed your music, your own music, into the StreamYard so that it plays without kind of having the choppy noise on the receiver's end. So I'm learning new things each week, but I'm also applying what I learned each week. The last thing that I'm thankful for is I got some news yesterday. So I was actually, I work today, but I'm working from home for most of the week. Hello, welcome in. Swatica 3945. This is my first time seeing you. Welcome. So long as you abide by the community rules, you're very welcome here because we do run a very respectful and tight ship. But welcome. I'm glad that you're here. My name is Evelyn. And okay, so anyway, I don't have to go in tomorrow. I was going to have to go into the office tomorrow to work, but I got a call yesterday and they were like, hey, it's actually okay. We got, somebody else to cover, so you don't have to come in. Now, I still have to work tomorrow, which is not a problem, but I'm so grateful that I do get off at 2. And I don't have to go into the office, which of course saves me gas and parking money. And I don't know about y'all's downtowns, but downtown Denver do not play with the parking meters and the parking garages. It's very expensive to park. So I'm grateful for that. What about you all? First of all, let me pause. Well, actually, let me give y'all a question. What are you grateful for? So that the segment that I just did, shout out and thank you, is a moment to have a moment of thanks for. It could be anything. I say a person, place, thing, or idea, which all of us probably remember from elementary school, is a noun, right? Person, place, thing, or idea is a noun. So what are you grateful for today or this week or this month? Mia, I know we're all grateful that your surgery was successful. We are praying that your recovery is going well. The mere fact that you showed up, I think in a couple of lives actually, I know you were in mine this morning at the gym. So the fact that you're up and at it speaks volumes to your recovery, I believe, so far. And I'm just thanking God that you are here and that surgery was successful. So thank you so much for joining this live, Mia. Okay, announcements. The first one is I had committed, let me see. You say hurting, decent, trying to say distracted. Trying to say distracted. I'm so thankful for you guys. Oh, of course. Thankful for you too. And please get your rest, child. We understand. Plus, it's so many lives going on between same Mia, same. Hugs right back at you, hon. And child, it's so many lives going on because people, getting a hold of, what grows the channel with more connectors training us on how to grow your channel and become monetized, that is going to be live central, I feel like, the whole holiday season. One of the things I would just caution us about is to not get so overwhelmed. Like if you miss a live, I personally feel like I can get that way in terms of, I missed somebody's live and I feel a little bit of guilt for not, being there and supporting, but it's very difficult to be in multiple places at one time, especially when you're also trying to listen in the background, but also do whatever you're trying to do, whether it's your work, whether it's your housework, etc. Everyone throwing me back to my favorite subject in school. Listen, Cookie, my bachelor's degree is in English. So I absolutely love it. I love language in general. I actually, because I majored in English in college, I had to take several foreign language courses. I think they required 3 classes. So you have like your level 1, 2, 3. I had to have 3 because I had to be able to write a paper in a foreign language. And so mine was French. And so I still recognize French words. I can speak très, très petit français, very, very little French, but I still remember it a lot. And I love language in general. What we got in the chat? What are you talking about, Jen? What did Mark do? So much to be thankful for, but mostly for good health for me and my family. Thank you for sharing that, Cookie. Yes, absolutely. I'm definitely thankful for good health, and also thankful for family too. Okay, what Mark do? Mark asked, what did he ask? Mark does ask for you when you're not there, Evelyn. Oh, I'm coming to visit you one day. I've committed to myself. I haven't told you that to just now, Jen, but I'm going to come visit you one day. I am. I have a lot of places that I'm trying to visit next year. Jen says, you have to focus on your channel and support where you can on replay, work while you watch. Yep, that's exactly what I've been trying to do. I just feel like, the live streams have definitely, like, there's an uptick, thankfully, right? Because that means so many of us are focusing, on growing our channels, which I think is awesome. I'm really grateful for it. And also sometimes it can be a little bit stressful. Grace, thank you so much for being here. Oh, I saw Jay in here. Thank you so much for being here, Jay. I know you don't have to, girls. So I appreciate it. I really, truly do. Thank you for being here. Michelle says she's thankful for being a better version of herself. Love it. I agree, Michelle. Not that I can say that you're a better version of yourself, but that I know, I love and appreciate. And I definitely, similar to you, have adopted that growth set. And so I'm becoming a better version of myself every day and evolving every day. Jen says she would love it. You would love it to come during the harvest season? Okay. I think I know I have your contact info. So as we get into next year, definitely I'm gonna have some chit chats with you. Let's see here. Grace says, Mia, trying to keep up with Evelyn, she inspires me to doll up. Oh, you know what? I'm at work today. I'm working from home, but I'm at work. So, I try to look the part for work. I try my best. And then the last comment, and then we'll get to the get to know me section. Okay, just saying hello. Okay. So because I have some new subscribers, thanks to Stash Cash. So I was on a young man, and I call him young man because to me, he's like a nephew. I've adopted him. But Stash Cash for YouTube, he was monetized the other week, and I found out about him through D Boss Way, Jen, who else? I feel like somebody else. Oh, and Kennedy K. Anyhow, he had a little like celebration, not a little, it was actually a pretty lively and big celebration because he became monetized, and he encourages, and he's a connector YouTube person too. And so I was on his channel the other day on one of the lives, and so many people, I have so many new subscribers because of him and because of him encouraging others to connect on his channel. So I just want to say thank you. That wasn't in my shout outs and thank you section, but that's how I met Jay. That's how I met some other phenomenal new content creators who I am looking forward to learning more about and supporting as well. And so, so I wanted to do a get to know me segment because of that. I think I got like 12 or 13 new subscribers in the span of 24 hours. And so I'm grateful and I'm humbled by it. But I also believe it's important to know who you connected with. I did not say hi to Shawnee. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, girl, hey. Love the Old Navy. Size 12s, honey. Good job. Okay. So what did you say, Grace? You did the same thing and ran from the vertical chat? Hilarious. Okay. Sorry. I know the vertical, I know there is something with the vertical and the horizontal that is different on the viewer's end, but I wanted to try it because, you know, it's like one of those things. You're not going to get good at something unless you start working it and trying it out. So definitely not a perfected work, but, you know, we trying over here. We trying. Okay, so we're going to move right on into the topic today, which is get to know me. So I want to share with you all some fun facts. Some of you all may know this. If you read my book, you know way more than most people because that book is pretty transparent. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the first thing that I want y'all to know about me, which is why is my channel called Beautiful I'm Colored? Well, it is not for what some might perceive to be the obvious reasons of makeup or hair or style or clothing. Has nothing to do with that. Actually, the book that I wrote in 2022 is titled Beautiful I Am Colored. And in that book, I share a collection of stories, about 20, that give you short snippets into my life. They're all true stories. Some are exceptionally traumatic. Some are on more of the joyous end of things. But I share my life essentially. And my book, when I wrote it, the plan was to also have it be a therapeutic thing too. So it has like writing prompts at the end and then journal pages after so that you can have some reflective time. Because when I was going through some of my darkest times in my life, I could not verbally talk about some things, but I could always write to get things out of my system. Because one of the things about energy and traumatic energy at that is that when you house it on the inside, it manifests away in other things in your life. And if you do that so long, it can have negative implications. I'm not going to go into that too deep on this live because this is more of a light live. But essentially, Beautiful I'm Colored is really not just picking the pieces of us that make us aesthetically beautiful, not our makeup, not the clothes that we wear, although this is one of the sweaters from my haul. Yes. Anyways, not the clothes that we wear, not our, accessories. It has nothing to do with that. Well, it has parts to do with that, but overarchingly, it includes all of it, the sum total of that. So even the traumatic things, even the things that we perceive to be negative and bad, all of that makes us beautiful, all of it. And so that's the title of my book, which is the extension kind of that, if you're thinking about it from a growth trajectory. And so that's why my channel name is Beautiful I'm Colored. Let me check in on the comments. Okay, just talking about vertical. Vertical may be the best way to go. Okay, thank you, Harjarine. I'll take that tip. So if it's just you on the platform, vertical is preferred. Okay, it is true. Entirely unmoderated as in anyone from the multi-universe can join question. I mean, the vertical chat, Jen says, let me see here. The struggle is that doing both splits, the chat, I hope YouTube fixes that. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm wondering on my end are the comments, am I not seeing some comments as a result of it? Or is it only on your end, the end user side, that is being impacted? The view. Okay, thank you, Michelle. The view is to add comments. Great points, Grace. Okay. Okay. Only on the end user. Okay. Thank you for confirming, Michelle. And I super appreciate you all. You see, okay, got you. So basically, Jen, what you're saying is if I was coming to you all straight from YouTube instead of going through StreamYard, I would only be able to see one. Oh, and then Shawnee is saying that she thinks it's maybe on my end too because I didn't see her comment. And then Jen says, so I'm vertical, so I can't see horizontal comments until you highlight. Okay, got you. Okay, so here's what I'll do to fix that. I'm gonna try my best to multitask and I'm gonna click through all of the comments instead, like while I talk. I'm gonna try my best to do that. But y'all, this is new for me. So it might be a little bit of hiccups, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, The next fun fact about me is this, okay? I've been in Colorado for almost 10 years now. However, I got my start in Colorado way back in the day in 1996 when me and Marlon first got married. Yes, you did the math right. That is 30 years. We got married. I was straight out of high school. Actually, I hadn't graduated high school yet, and we got married. I got married a few days after my 18th birthday to my now husband. And we lived actually in family housing in Boulder while he was finishing up school. So my husband was in school in Boulder, and we lived there. At the time, we had one when I was 18. We already had Caitlin because I was a teen mom. And yeah, so 10 years now in Colorado, but original home. I am originally born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, along with my wonderful spouse, Marlon. And I think total since we've been together, since our younger years, um, I think we've moved, I tallied it up one time, it's either 14 to 15 times total in our married life together. And most of that was due to opportunities because like I was a stay-at-home mom for about 10 years while Marlon kind of worked his way up in his career. And I did the traditional, like I say, stay-at-home mom to support the family because we had the kids so quickly. And I'll get into how many kids we got and stuff like that. Okay, I see your question. I'm gonna put it on the screen so I won't forget, Shawnee. Oh, sorry, Grace. It's coming through different names over here too. That's interesting. I'm gonna answer your question in a second, Grace, but I'm gonna leave it on the screen so I won't forget. But yeah, so what was I say? I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. I even actually homeschooled a couple of those years when the kids were much younger. And I really miss home. Again, home is Memphis, Tennessee. I really miss home a lot. And honestly, I would move back. My spouse, we just had a very, how can you say, heart to heart, hard truth conversation just the other day, this past weekend, in fact, when we were out and about. And while I would love to move back to the South, my husband, not so much. So we were talking through some ways to compromise on how I'm feeling about, moving again versus how he's feeling. But the truth of the matter is that we do really well out here. We've always been able to be thankfully, and I'm humbled by this, gainfully employed and have excelled in our career paths too. And so Colorado has been really good to us. So it's a lot of considerations there. Grace, I have not forgotten about you. I'm going to get to your question in just a second. But I'm supposed to share this tidbit with somebody, whether it's on the replay or whether it's right now. I'm supposed to tell you that because we move so much, one of the things that I used to use as a homemaker to help us with the move is the cost of living calculator. If you just Google cost of living calculator, if you're considering moving out of state, specifically, because I have not ever moved out the country, but if you're thinking about moving across state lines, one of the most useful tools I have ever used in all the moves that we've made is the cost of living calculator. There are several available on Google, of course, but the one that I like the best is Forbes because it gives a lot of them give a comprehensive comparison to, the cost of food, what your transportation costs are, your salary, of course, what it would take for you to have the same quality of life at the same salary in each city. So if you are the person that I was supposed to deliver that message to, you're considering moving out of state, cost of living calculator is a really good tool. As far as do I regret any of the moves? Yes. Yes, I do, Grace. The move that I regret, we were living, let me tell you where we've lived. We've lived in 5 states. So we've lived in Tennessee, of course, which is home, Colorado, we live now, New Mexico, Arizona, and Illinois. The move that I regret was actually we did 2 stints in Arizona. So I've lived in Southern Arizona, so the Tucson metro area, and I've also had the, I would say, privilege of moving to Phoenix. The Phoenix trip, that's the one, the Phoenix move is the one that I wish we would not have done. For context, Marlon was going for some promotional opportunities at a new company, and one paid more than the other, which is why we ended up in Phoenix. But Phoenix just didn't. I have great friends in Phoenix. My brother lives in Phoenix. It's a beautiful, city, but it just didn't sit right, like with my spirit. Like I wasn't settled there. And it kind of was. We had the opportunity actually to come to Colorado because of the other company. Years and years before we even actually landed here in 2016. But because one of the jobs paid more money, we ended up in Phoenix as a result. And that's the one that I wish we would not have moved. I wish we would have moved straight from Albuquerque to Denver instead of Albuquerque, Phoenix, Denver. And here's the major reason why. Not just because like my spirit wasn't settled and stuff in Phoenix, but our children were impacted. They were in high school and junior high at the time. They had built a network of friends, and it negatively impacted them in a damaging way, to be honest with you. And I'm not here to tell their stories. Maybe my children will want to share that with my audience one day, but I'll just say it's one of the biggest regrets that I have as a mom, because you want to look out for your kids and you want to protect them. But I would say specifically my daughters for always being the only one in class, and having to answer some of those microaggressive type questions that as adults we even have a hard time dealing with sometimes, I think impacted them in a way that at the time I didn't know. And they were good schools, good communities, good neighborhoods, but still there was some damaging implications as a result of the move. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I answered that one. Yes, if you could, please. It helps my channel to grow if you will consider liking this video as well as subscribing. Thank you so much, Grace. I appreciate you. Okay, next thing. Okay, did I tell y'all the kids yet? No, we have 4, and they're not kids, they're young adults. So we have a total of 4. So they're ranging in ages. So our oldest is 30 and the youngest is 24. And so they're in girl boy order. So I am thankful that we do have 3 of the 4 still here in Colorado with us. 2 are inside the home. We are trying to hurriedly get them out because Marlon and I very much desire to be empty nesters as soon as possible. But then we also understand the cost of living, and also with job loss and things of that nature, that it's really hard for young people right now to, really get a good foot and foundation in terms of building up, their savings or, buying their first homes, etc. So we understand that parenting these days looks a little bit differently than in the 90s when we grew up. But I will tell you this as a caveat, and then I don't know, I feel like I'm windbagging y'all, but I will tell you this. Initially, the mindset that I had about having adult children at home with us was, and this is like very recent mindset that I had, and it was that, like get out there, feel it. And recently, by listening to other people, some of which are on YouTube, I've been challenging myself on that mindset, and the types of support that young adults need today is very different than we probably would say. And by we, I'm saying like Gen X and older. We got out there and we made a way out of no way. We still the generation that know what the Dewey Decimal System is. We know how to use the payphone, the phone book. You know what I'm saying? But our kids don't have the advantage of having both worlds. And by both worlds, here's what I mean by that. We have what I perceive to be old world knowledge. Now, that's not the right technical term for the era, but what I mean is before the introduction of the internet. Like, I remember when they put the internet in our community, and I remember my friends in high school back in the 90s saying it was like $400, $500 a month. And I thought rich people only had the internet. I remember when AOL, America Online, came online, because these were in our very deep formative years. But I also have the old world knowledge where I know how to set up a paper filing system. You know what I'm saying? But I also know how to do digital stuff as well. So I feel like There are some pros to that, of course, but I think for our kids, because our young adults, because they don't have that piece, sometimes it creates tension in the communication. And so we are learning by hearing very hard feedback from our young adults at times about our parenting, and basically how, we don't know a whole lot about the young people life. And I would say the more I am in YouTube and the more I'm listening to the younger generation, what I'm learning is that there is some truth to that. I'm not going to say 100% because I do believe in hard work and consistency and discipline. Both Marlon and myself do. And also, there is some truth to the different things that they have to face. And we do have to be sensitive to that as parents. One quick, and I'm not going to share this story because, again, this is one of my kids, and I'm very careful about sharing stories about my kids on here. But I will tell you this, parents and aunties and uncles. We had one of our children who had a break. It's been going on 3 years ago, and who is still recovering from that break. And the symptoms were there, but because we didn't know what to look for, how can I say this? It's one of the things as a parent that I wished I would have known what to look for at the time that it happened. And if this particular young adult of ours will allow me to, I'll expand upon it in the future. But she is very much like her mother and reserved and private. So we will see. So stay tuned on that. Okay. So Shawnee says, yes, parenting is definitely different. It really is. I mean, you can't, the iron fist don't work. Let me rephrase. The iron fist didn't work for us. Hello, Miss Do It Yourself. Welcome. It's nice to see you. I'm enjoying your channel as well and getting to know you. So this is one of the new subs, my GLP-1 community friends. This is one of the new people that I met by way of Stash Cash's channel. Shawnee says we can learn from other generations just as they learn from us. Exactly. And frankly, this is what I'm learning, like in YouTube, is that you remove every type of labeling, set that aside, and then just focus on the information and the communication and how much more we grow when we do that. Just set whatever preconceived notions over there, and then we just go with the flow, of what's going on. So anyhow, yes, Cookie, thank you for saying hello. Y'all make sure Miss Do It Yourself feels welcome. This is a very loving community, Miss Do It Yourself. Like, I got probably really, really involved in YouTube because of my weight loss journey, which is one of the things that I have on my list to share about. But since I'm organically shifting there now, I'll tell you, I have been on the GLP-1 medication Wegovy/semaglutide for a little over a year now, have lost about 30 pounds, several inches. And so most of my friends on YouTube initially were the GLP-1, community members who are very loving. And I thank God for them every day, no lie, or no cap, as the young people say. And so that's one of the fun facts about me. So if you are new here and you have questions about that, you could drop those. Okay, Grace, you're not new here, but you have a question. Let's see. Curious why you didn't do the tirzepatide. Okay, great question. But you always come with great questions. Happy to answer. So I didn't come with the tirzepatide because initially I was on the compounded version of semaglutide because my doctor's office was like, we're having trouble with the insurance, because it was August of 2024 when I sought this additional resource out. So my doctor's office was like, we're having a difficult time with insurance companies, but this is compounded version. So I didn't even try to get pre-op, nothing. I was on the compounded version by way of my primary care physician all the way until the summer of 2025. And I switched providers still the same doctor's office, but switched providers. And the new provider asked me about if I wanted to try to get a pre-op. And I was like, yes, because at that time I'm paying out of pocket hundreds of dollars per month for the compounded version. And then the more medication you need for compounded options, at least back then, things are a little bit different now. But back then, the more it could cost, like it would cost you. And so I'm like, yes, let's just see if we can. And when I tried the pre-op, I went with Wegovy because it was the match of the semaglutide because I had been on the compounded version. By that time, I had just barely started learning like the GLP-1 community. I was getting more engaged, I would say, in terms of watching, the different videos like Twan and Tamika initially. And I was already on it. And the short of the long for that is I'm a creature of habit. So while I was a little bit tempted because most of, the people I followed was on Zepbound or compounded tirzepatide, I was just like, well, mine's working. It might be working slow. So I didn't want to switch. So that's why I stayed with it. It was just really just out of habit, frankly. Miss Do It Yourself says, you look amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. I'm working today from home, but working nonetheless. That's, let's see. Okay, just saying hello. Hello. Okay, and hello. Okay, so I am trying because I'm in vertical and horizontal. I'm trying my best to keep up, so I promised the chat that I would do my best to try to click on the comments as they come in because my understanding is not everyone in vertical can see horizontal and vice versa. So next time I'll just do horizontal or just do vertical. Okay, the next thing is it's going to be a really quick touch point. I am a believer, but I do not go to church any longer. It's a very long conversation associated with that, so I'm not going to get into it. But just know faith is very important to me. I'm firmly grounded and rooted in my faith from a very young age. I still rely upon it heavily today. I pray daily, multiple times a day. I do not take it lightly, the calling that is on my life and the purpose that is on my life. I don't play around with it. My YouTube channel is extension of my purpose. And everything that I do is exceptionally intentional. Even the things that, some small things I will say for the purposes of this, but even the smallest things are intentional. And that's because I'm being led by my spirit. I'm not just out here doing stuff. My channel can't be like that because of how I'm wired and because of how God created me. So that's a little bit about me. Let's see. We covered GLP-1. Okay. Thank you to everyone who joined on my powerlifting training session this morning. Put on live. I am a new powerlifter as of a few months ago, which I love. I love lifting heavy. The more I do it, the more I'm falling in love with it. I thought I would be good at it when I was imagining myself getting into the sport, but to actually walk into it and experience it now, man, it's so much joy that fills my heart. It's joy. It's just sheer joy and happiness when I get into the gym and accomplish, the things that I didn't think I could accomplish. And I shared this in the live today, but I think it bears repeating in that what powerlifting is teaching me so many things. So the challenge of pushing myself, sure, but I'm kind of one of those super achieving type of people. Some might even say perfectionist, which I'm trying to be intentional about not doing as much. But it's teaching me patience. It's teaching me the importance of breathing and recovery. It's teaching me that I can reach out and become friends, which I already knew this about myself because I'm kind of like an attractor type of personality. Like for example, everywhere I've ever worked on YouTube, like And you know if you're one of them because, oh, thank you, Miss Do It Yourself. I appreciate you. I'm one of those type of people that people start telling their business to, and they say, I don't know why I told you that. Well, that is me, and that has been me my whole life. So confidentiality is exceptionally important to me. Trust is exceptionally important to me. Um, and I don't take those things for granted when people entrust me with their time, energy, or space, which is why I say that everything about my channel has to be intentional because I am being led by God for what I do. These are the things that I share on my channel, which is largely lifestyle driven. I'm sharing, yes, and a lot of it is fun, but a lot of it is me being intentional about providing hope and healing. That would be my channel, very big. If touch people's lives and provide them with this, if you will. That is my goal. That is my goal. But powerlifting is teaching me so much. Thank you. Hey, Tamika, Coach T. So good to see you here. So good to see you here. Hey, twin. I see your comments and it's here. Actually, oh my God, I love powerlifting. And I'm so thankful so many of you are in that journey. I see my spring meet very soon. So I'll keep you all posted on that too. Okay, I'm gonna go back up to the questions. Cookie, you say with jokes. If I was working from home, hold on, let me go back. Come on, do right now. Okay, if I was working from home, I'd be in my pajamas. Okay, fair, very fair. But let me tell you, I work the kind of job where so many people rely on me that at any moment I could get a random MS Teams chat message that says something like, hey, can you pop on a quick call? You know, so I have to be prepared. Like I have to stay ready for those. Stuff popped off. Okay. Grace asks, will you do the higher Wegovy dose, the 7.2? Actually, yes, I'm going to do the higher dose. The script is already in. I'm doing for Wegovy, it's 2.4 is the max dose. So I'm currently on 1.7. I just took my injection today. Tuesday is my injection day currently. So I just took my injection today. Again, my script is already on the way, but I won't be able to pick it up to January. And I am going up to the 2.4 milligrams, which is the max dose for Wegovy. Thank you again, Ms. Do It Yourself, for sharing the live. And my twin, Miss Toy, the review, says, I'm in the bushes, but I'm listening and loving the opportunity to get to know you better. And she says, hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you, girl, for being here. I know about the bush life. I be living it sometimes. I do. Okay. Oh, thank you, Grace. You are very warm. I appreciate that. And that's Coach T, aka she is Tamika. She's just saying hello to me as well as the chat. Michelle, let me see. Oh, hold on. Oh, my writing buddy is in the building. So nice to be graced with your presence. It is so nice to be graced with your presence. Thank you for being here, Darian. Thank you so much. Let's see. Mia saying hello. Chester saying hello to Darian. Listen, ladies, gentlemen, if you don't know who Darian is, I don't know where you're headed, Darian. Ooh, should I say this on the live? I don't know where you're headed, Darian, but I know, I don't know why I'm seeing such big lights beyond YouTube. Anyways, I don't know why I'm sensing it real majorly, but when it hit me, I have to get it out and share if I'm led to. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. Appreciate you being here, bro. Okay, Grace says those are the allegedly higher doses Novo is releasing in 2026. Oh, really? I did not know that. So what you put in were the higher dose. I mean, honestly, I don't think so that I would go up after the 2.4 milligrams for Wegovy. And I say that because I've had what I perceive to be such great success on the 1.7 that I don't anticipate doing that. And then additionally, I'm hoping to hit one of my major goals by like May of next year. So my goal is not a weight and pound driven goal. Mine is a body fat goal. My body fat is still high because yeah, I ain't even gonna stand up. Y'all already know I'm blessed. Let's just say that. Um, so I still got a ways to go with body fat. So long as I'm still losing inches, I'm good on the current dose. But if I should get to a point, I would consider it. But I don't, the way I feel today, I don't think I'm going to. Y'all ask such good questions, Grace. I appreciate you. Okay, Michelle says, me too. I do that too to myself all the time. I say, always be ready. You have to. You know what they say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I'm one of those people. Okay, so y'all know how like I posted the one about the headshots, right? Okay. I posted that because that literally is something that I'm working on because I can feel a pull and a shift of where I might be headed. And I don't want to have to say, oh my God, I don't have a headshot to give to the people. I don't have a bio to give to, you know what I'm saying? No. When you are convicted and your intuition tells you to do something, you better do it in the moment that it comes because that's the momentum that carries you to carry out the action. Okay, enough on that because I feel myself. Okay, Cookie's just saying hello to Miss Toy. Darian says, hey there, Mia, how are you feeling? Checking in with our girl, Mia. Grace says, Miss Toy, hope you're feeling better. Michelle's just saying hello to Mia and Darian. Darian says, hey there, Cookie, happy belated birthday. So saying hello. Okay, hellos, and thank yous. Hello again. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am again. Darian, if she's sensing it, it's happening. It's already done. It's already done. I don't need to know the details. I'm one of those people who God is gifted with when I can, I'm not a prophet. I'm not here to claim that. I don't like labels like that, to be frank with you all, which is one of the reasons why I left church. But when you know, you just know. That's what I can say. Darian is just saying hello. I'm trying my best not to, Darian, in response to this comment. I'm trying my best not to. And also, I understand the sensitivity associated with the right time to release certain things. And so, as you get to know me more, you'll know that that's kind of like how I flow and how my gifts and talents work. Okay, great. That's what Mark Wahlberg says about health and fitness. If he stays in shape, he doesn't have to get in shape. Agreed. I mean, it's a bonus if you enjoy doing it like how I do, but also we can exercise new habits with consistency and discipline. And Tamika is just saying, I can't see the chat on my phone. Sorry if I didn't speak back. Oh, so, okay, Tamika, so you know, I'm in both vertical and horizontal. So if you're in one or the other, you might not be able to see the comments and vice versa. So that's why I'm showing the comments. Okay, I just clicked another button where I can show the comments on stage now. Okay, that's a cute little option, isn't it? Okay, that way all comments are coming on stage now, I think for both phone and horizontal, I think. Okay, what did you say? It's so important to find what gets you excited. It really truly is. And you're not going to know that. I think you point out a very good point, Mia, and that is you're not going to know unless you try new things. I didn't know for sure if I would like powerlifting because at first it was just my imagination. You know what I'm saying? But once I actually got there, a sense of when something resonates with you. It doesn't have to be powerlifting clearly because everybody's not going to do that. And it don't even have to be weightlifting in general, but all of us, I believe, if we take, the faith steps to get out there, we'll find the things that we need. We'll find the people that we need, the husbands that we need, twin. So anyways, I pray for y'all often. I really, truly do. Oh, you're so funny, Miss Toy. She said she was in the other chat. This is where all the people are. Hey. All right, I love it. Okay, the last tidbit, because I'm at 12:53 and y'all know this is my lunch break, so we're going to be wrapping up in just a second. The last get to know me that I'm going to be sharing today is that I love helping other people. I really, truly do. And also, I am an introvert. Now, a lot of people conflate, introverts with being shy. And while you can be shy and introverted, that is not what introvert means. Introvert just means that I get my energy and my refueling by myself, meaning I need to be away from people to have my cup filled up so that I can come before you like this and be at a place to give. Extroverts, in contrast, they really need to be around people to fill up their tank. And so if sometimes for those of you who I'm like more closely connected with, for those of you who maybe I don't respond back as detailed or I don't say as much, it's not because I don't care and I don't love you or appreciate you. It's not because of that. It truly is because sometimes I need to pull back and fill my tank up before I can give at the capacity and the level that I need to give out. And my personal philosophy is that I believe in giving from a place of overflow and abundance and not from a place that is half empty. I've learned throughout the years now, and I'm adhering to it at this point and stage in my life that giving, and not doing the things that fuel you up so that you can give will have you fully depleted. It can compromise your health in some instances. And I'm trying to be around for a while. So if I ever go away, if I ever take time away, know that it's not you and likely it's nothing wrong. It's just because I'm needing to refuel myself up so that I can give in a way like today, like how I'm able to give and how I'm able to show up. But ultimately, for sure, being transparent with you all. Okay. And skim through a little bit of the comments here. What? Do you have an announcement to share with the community? I will pause for this. I love like relationship marriage stuff. My husband be coming on my channel. He don't be wanting to act right. He probably in the bushes watching. He don't be wanting to act right. I be telling him, your friend said this, your friend said that about, when I was talking about what he had on. And he was like, oh, they did. I actually really did like being like, well, come on, bro. come on back. Your friends want to talk to you. Well, that's your. I'm like, you always welcome. You always welcome. Plus, he brings out a different side of me and vice versa. And the conversation is just so juicy. It really, truly is. Michelle, you gonna leave me on red? You're not gonna answer me? You gonna share news like this? And honey, you see what I got on the screen. I'm waiting on your response. If you don't want to share, I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm being super nosy. But you did share first that you might potentially have. Oh, thank you, Cookie. Thank you, Mia. I'm so gonna tell him if he's not in the bushes watching this. I'm so gonna tell him. He's a vibe. I was blessed. He is a whole vibe. Okay, I am following that motto. Let me just see. I have to go to the mountaintop bend in prayer. Okay, gotcha. Understood. Enough said. Here's what I will say. I pray that if it is the right one and you found the one, I pray that God will grace you to take the necessary steps, whatever that looks like for you. And I pray for abundance and peace that surpasses all understanding, child, in advance. In advance. Okay. All right. It's 12:58. I got to log back onto the work computer. There's a whole shift that happens in my house after I do these lives. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each of you. I hope you enjoy getting to know a bit more about me. For those of you on the replay, I hope that while you were listening, you liked and that you consider subscribing to my channel. I will be back again tomorrow with another lunch live, because Thursday, of course, is Christmas, and my plan is to not be on YouTube until around 6 o'clock at night, because I want to devote time to my family and that husband of mine, which is family, but y'all know what I mean about paying attention. You know what I mean. So anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. So if you're around, please join me. If not, catch the replay. Love you all. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all on some other lives this evening. And in the meantime, remember, the future you is waiting on you. All right. See you guys next time. Bye-bye now.